I've heard stories of different kind of relationships on the social media. One of which was a lady who got her boyfriend from the social media, and later on they got married. Ah, and Facebook in specific, and they are married now and still going strong. So today we're going to be discussing social media relationships. Yes or no? Welcome to today's live this beautiful morning. My name is Prudence Burga, and I also have Engineer Tony
I'm happy to be here.
and Jemima
Good
and
morning.
Joyce. Good morning.
Morning.
It's lovely to have you on set today.
You too, sweetheart.
So we're discussing social media relationships. Should I or should I not? Yes or no?
Well, let's ask Jemima that got a man on social media and they ended up getting married.
It was not social media, it was physical.
It was not as a social gathering.
It was a social gathering.
So what's the difference? Your wedding pictures were not on social media.
They were.
Yeah, so it's a social media gathering.
Well, I would
Thank
I'll
God
say
when I got
no.
married, there was no social media.
say no. Social media relationships.
Okay.
When you say no, what do you mean? As in,
I
ko kara haduma kwata kwata, ko make it anufi.
I would prefer
Okay, that's how
physical.
some-
Exactly.
Okay.
I would prefer physical relationship
So why won't you
to
just explain what I
social
said?
media relationship.
Why would you explain what I said? The Hausa?
Okay, the kara hadu pata pata.
Your Hausa is terrible. Kira do kwata kwata. Your Hausa is terrible. Here are the Swiss school as South Africa, America. Kira do kwata kwata. Kira do kwata kwata. Kira do kwata kwata. Why would you say no to that?
I would prefer a physical relationship. Funny enough, even the physical relationship is not. Yes, it has a lot
No,
of
don't talk about.
hitches. Then-
Discuss your own first.
So I would really prefer a physical relationship than a social media
Even if you are
relationship.
just meeting to meet physically later.
There's not. You're
Because
just
the
meeting-
attraction starts there, I think.
Yeah,
So-
actually, there is a lot that happens on the social media that the foundation is truly faulty. So I would just prefer we meet physically. We do.
Based on
Yes.
morning devotions and evening devotions.
Okay, so Joyce, let's hear your opinion.
About my
I've
opinion.
been-
Say your
You're
From the- from the
unsure.
moment I
She's
saw-
a madam today.
From the moment
And
I
when you
saw the
address her, you
topic, I
address
was
her as Madam
Madam
Prudence.
Prudence.
Okay. For me, social media relationship, I'll go with yes. Like you just said during your intro.
Smamang.
I'm not Mamo.
Smamang.
I'm not Mamo.
What are you?
I'm Joyce.
Okay, so Joyce.
So babies.
Okay, Kune babies. Okay, so babies. Kune da mana dealing the kwa social media.
Okay, so I'm saying yes because from your intro, you've had stories of people that met on the social media and eventually they started relationship, maybe friends, and they got attracted to each other, and eventually they got wedded. And 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, they're happily married. I've also seen, in fact, a case here in Jos, a lady that's into music. Each time she makes a content, she posts on her page, and a lot of people follow her. And this white guy admired what she was into, and he decided to know her more, and they got chatting. Eventually, he said he liked her. He wanted them to go into relationship. They started dating, and the first day he was to come to Nigeria, I think that was the very first the day he engaged her at the airport, and they planned their wedding. They are married, I think 5 years now, 2 children. She's now with him in the US. So we kept talking about the fact that how that technology has advanced and social media is more like the new community. People meet, people interact. Like you get to see people.
Beats of today's life. You find a Ghanaian or Niger or Chad
Even
No.
you.
Oh, Somalia.
He said you would find a Ghanaian. So I said it means you will go to Ghana.
Why are you afraid of Joyce? Why?
I'm not afraid of her.
Uh-huh, why?
No, I did not
You want people to fear you.
No, no.
Eh?
Fear me.
Sanu Yesu. You want people to fear you.
Please don't fear me. Oh.
No,
Fear
I'm
the
not
Lord.
even scared of you.
This one, the way you said it. We'll settle after the show.
Okay.
So, if it's now a
He
platform,
said freedom of speech cannot guarantee.
freedom after speech cannot be guaranteed. So, after the show, continue settle. So, so you see, since drawing from the advancement in technology, we have different social media platforms. Like today, people meet, people talk. Like it doesn't have to be just chat or calls. You can see people, video calls, through people's timelines. You know, Facebook always asks you, for example, what's in your mind. You can tell this is what this person stands for, this is what that person stands for as you interact and all. So I'm saying yes to it because I've seen over time how that people meet and yes, they are married, whether foreign or local or within, like they get married and they are living happy. And then there are some that they met but
I was going to ask you,
There are
what's the ratio of those who met and it's working, and those who met and it was disastrous?
so you see
Those who didn't met as well.
it all depends on the foundation in which the relationship is built. For some people, it was just more like, let's follow trends now, and they just go into relationship without even knowing the identities of whoever they are going to relationship with. They just want to flaunt what other people too are flaunting on social media. There was a time that there was a challenge that post your man, and some people were like, no, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Because some people were like, I know a man that if 10 ladies will post this, it's going to be disastrous. So let's not even go there. That was a challenge that somebody
finds a wife.
finds a good thing.
Yeah, so he's going through a process of such.
Okay. There was one that they dragged him. They
Very
almost
right.
cancelled
Yes.
his wedding. I heard how that about 50 ladies wrote
He
petition
proposed
to the church that was about to wed him because of how he had promised. He met a lot of
Married.
ladies on social media. He promised them. He
Oh, wow.
engaged some, and
And
unfortunately
then he was getting married,
married
to
to
one.
another lady. So when the
the
day
And that
he
one is not part of them.
yeah, so the day
Wow.
that, but he actually met that one that he decided to marry on social media as well.
Ah,
Yes. So the day he posted the wedding picture, he was like, some people will be angry, but he
He even
doesn't
had
care.
mind
Yeah,
to
he
post.
doesn't care. That's how they started dragging
Why
him.
Plateau
And
boys.
no, he's not a plateau guy. He stayed in.
I don't. I don't
But
think
he's
he
not.
was a
He's
plateau.
He's not.
Please go ahead.
So you see, for me, we cannot totally rule out social media relationship. It's a yes because there are people out there that are actually adding to the positivity as much as there are negativity going on out there, but there are those that are deliberate about being positive. And if you find such people that are genuine, you're aware of their identities, you know their values, you know what they stand for, why not?
I would say the ratio, if you ask me, I would say is 90 to 10.
wow.
So who are the people on the 90? The physical?
Yes.
No, I think for me, I would
No,
say
that's why I said me.
because most of the relationship and marriages, even though eventually you meet
Yes,
physically,
but
it
let me
starts-
explain
Yeah,
why. I
okay,
said
let's
90
say yes.
to 10 because yes, even on social media, you meet people and you have beautiful marriages, and some of these marriages are even better than those that met physically. So it goes a long way to tell you that even those that met physically, there is a larger chunk of them that are going through a lot. So that you met physically is not a yardstick for anything. But then
But you prefer
the
it.
yes, I still prefer it. But then those that met on social media, a larger percentage of them, their relationships didn't work out. And then the ones that worked out, they are very few. In fact, they are almost rare. But then I still believe it is possible to meet on social media, have a beautiful relationship, and then even a marriage that is long lasting.
But not you.
Not me.
I'm actually curious. I've heard of the phrase catfish, that you meet on social media, you exchange pictures
phrase,
and all that. Catfish.
Okay.
Yeah, so you meet a person on social media And when you come to have a physical appearance, you meet a whole different person from what you have been seeing on the social media.
What's
that
the
means-
catfish? What is it? How
That-
is it
you-
related?
it's like you've been cheated, but they phrase it as catfished. Like cheated. The picture, the profile, the pictures the person has been sending you is of a different person. And you were seeing a picture of someone who is tall as a lady, you're
So you thought
Eh,
it was a cat,
someone
but it's
who
a
is
fish.
tall. Oh my god.
So who is the cat? Who is the
Exactly.
fish?
Maybe you thought on social media the person was a cat, then physically
He's
he's
a
actually a fish.
Something like that, I think.
No, I'm just asking.
I really don't understand why they phrased it as
What is
catfish,
it?
but
What
that's
is,
what
what
they
is
do.
the sole idea of creating social media?
Relationship.
So why is it the wrong place to find love?
Because
Ooh.
people have turned the table upside down.
It doesn't matter. You don't look at you are disregarding the process, but you are looking at the introduction.
Oh.
Because yes, you're looking at the introduction, but you are disregarding the process. You don't do relationship on social media. You start relationship. Foolish people do relationship on social media because it's unwise and baseless. Why would you have a relationship on social media? Nobody does that. If you have, I'm talking about relationship, not meeting to start a relationship. You can start it there, but you cannot continue relating there on social media. Are you understanding my point?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So because you're quiet, like like you want to hear a plant grow. You know, if the social media is a place, people should be able to socialize. Like Joyce was saying, she was explaining her dream through someone's experience. How that somebody came and married a bougie girl from Nigeria. Is it, she was bougie, you said? What tribe?
She's from Bassa.
She's a plateau girl, actually. Okay, I know the story because I followed it a couple of times when people were sounding like the impossible just happened. No, this social media is created to make people meet. Basically, that is it. But it has turned into a marketplace. It has turned into a place where you can scam. It has become a place where every kind of thing can happen. But coming to discuss if one can find love there, yes, you can. Amazing ones. The fact that some people are on social media does not mean they are off social media. Some people go to social media with their Jesus there. Some people go there with their Lord there. Some people go there with their Yahoo nature there. So it's up to you to be wise or foolish. You see, ladies are always shallow-minded. They can catch you with a smile.
Some ladies. It's some ladies who still
They
emphasizing
can catch you
that.
with a smile. How can hey pretty, you look amazing. Ah, that is it. That is it. That is it. That is it. And from there they start asking you questions. What's your favorite color? What do you love? What's your favorite food? What nonsense?
You forgot
How-
one
what has-
question.
what has-
Have you eaten?
This one is
That's the one.
this one is new. This one is new. This have you eaten thing. Have you eaten thing is new.
It
They-
shows
but
like they
in
care
those
a
days,
lot.
yes. In those days, what I would rather ask is, what did you eat? Rather than have you eaten.
Just guess what will happen after saying no. Try and find something to eat.
Eat for me,
That's-
please.
Eat for me, please. Yes.
Jemima, they are still
Yeah.
toasting. They are still toasting your life.
These are normal
Brother Ima,
lies.
they are toasting your wife for life. Remove her from Facebook.
No, these are everyday lies.
You know, but you know, of a truth, ladies must have standards. You are anything if you don't have standard as a lady, because it is a standard that confirms to you who the right man is. In the absence of the man, you have created a picture of who the man is, and picture means his physical body, his character, his attitude, everything. So it doesn't matter where you meet him. It does not. It matters who he turns out to be. If it turns out to be what you want, then you can see if he is also willing to be committed to what you want. But you guys always feel once a man says I love you, you just feel heads over heels. You know, like it's wrong.
But
Why would you say that and not wait for it to be proven?
see, let me get this.
Don't let
Sometimes
you interrupt. Go ahead.
yes, let me interrupt, please. Okay, so what you just said, a lot of times they're narrow-minded women who think like that, yes. But there are some who, that moment that you say, I love you, is when she begins to put up her worlds. There are people like that, right? So for that kind of person, do you think that social media relationship will work on that person?
Prudence. You don't need some paper women or some on-screen women. You need a real woman in your life. Yes, you need a real man in your life. You don't need some electronic man or some man you saw in the magazine, or you don't need that. And on paper, people cannot be honest. On the screen, they cannot be honest as well. But there is a certain degree of honesty that oozes out when someone looks at you in the eyes and talks to you. He talks to you, he tells you the truth, he lies while looking. You are able to fish out this one I wholeheartedly believe. This one, what are you looking for? It takes time to show what you are looking for, but it doesn't take time to say I can get you this thing that you are looking for. It doesn't take time. It's less than a second or a minute rather. So the social media is where you blend your attractions. I'm attracted to Joyce. Tall, pretty. Well, I don't know if she has good English or she has good character, but all I've seen so far, I think she has crossed 20%. Hi, hello, how's work today? Blah, blah, blah. You keep it that way. Hello, how is work today? Blah, blah, blah. What state? Oh, I'm in Jos right now. Oh, wow. I'm in Lagos. I heard Jos is cold. You see, you have sparked up a conversation. And that is the kind of conversation you can have with any kind of man. When he's like, wow, I'm beginning to like you. Oh, wow. Thank you. But why? See, but you guys just, do you like pizza? Yes. You see, there are certain things that, see, anything you can do for yourself, it shouldn't trip you when someone else does that for you. It shouldn't. So, I like you, yes, but why? Well, I can see that from what I've seen so far, judging from what I've seen so far, you have integrity and you are nice and courteous, and I feel you're a likable person. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I feel you're a nice guy too. Well, when will you invite me to Jos? You already are guessing his intentions. I don't have to invite you to Jos. I don't have a reason to invite you to Jos. Not whenever you want to come, I'm around. No, you don't do that as a lady. You let him know as much as you want to see him, it is not on you to bring him to Jos. As much as I want to meet you, it's not on me to. But you don't say that. But you let him understand that. You see, you are still on social media. At that point, he's the one expecting. You are not expecting anything. And then he finally comes to Jos and he meets you. And then he sees you. He has an understanding who you are. 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. I'll be back to Abuja tomorrow. I've seen you. And when you don't hear from him anymore, he doesn't like you. And you don't have anything to lose for not liking you, because not everybody will like you. And he's one of them. Who cares what they don't want? It's my policy in life, not even relationship. I don't care what you don't want. I don't care what you want. It's you. I'm not the one helping you not to like it. So you see, that way, you do not have expectations. Even if he did, he came, his expectations were not met, and he went back. Not every man that comes to your life will love you equally. That's why you keep comparing men. You see, when Solo left, this person is far better than Solo. No. Solo is a guy in his own right. This one that came is a guy in this Frederick that came is a guy in his own in his own right. But you see, if that guy came to Joyce, met Joyce, and then they started exchanging things that are a little bit affectionate, she can start weighing options. That one has broken the social media thing. The next thing, he would come to Joyce again, and you start asking you, when will Ekwa TV work bring you to Abuja? I don't know. You know that our GM, in the morning by 7, he will call you and tell you 7:30 you are traveling. So anytime. And then truly the GM calls you 7 and 7:30 you are traveling. And then you call him and he's like, my GM is like your GM, or we are on our way to Lagos. And you don't get to meet. Do you know at such points you start feeling, I'm missing this guy? Because you had expectations of meeting him. See, the thing is leaving social media gradually. You will even leave that Facebook where you met. You take it to WhatsApp. Because at this point, he has your number. He's viewing your status. Your personality is becoming less and less revealing. You understand? So he's getting to know you. You are revealing more of yourself. He's revealing more of himself. The things that are hidden are beginning to open and all of that. And then gradually you start asking him questions at that point.
And I also want to say that the right relationship is not really predicated on whether physical or social media relationship. Like Engineer Tony rightly said, is a platform for people to relate. And in relating, you can find someone that his or her value aligns with yours. And you decide to extend the relationship beyond just social media friends to
Beyond
one. It's not everybody that's doing
Not everybody.
But you sabi.
I don't sabi.
See how you just do them now.
So you see, for some people, it's even that moment you tell them, I love you, I want to marry you on social media, that they want to, like, they are suspecting something is wrong. It's barely a month we met and you're already asking for marriage. You've not even seen me like physically, we've not met you, and then you're already making
Joyce,
some
the
of
ladies
these
don't know
decisions.
that the seriousness of marriage should determine the depth with which you ask to be married to. If he makes it that way, he has no idea what marriage is, and he's going to mess you up.
Just think
But you
about
see,
it.
when people have an idea what marriage is, it takes them time to even mention it. That's why some men, they say, you people, no, I have friends that are not married. They are way older than me. But when I sit down with them, I don't ask them, why are you not married? No, I'll be foolish to ask. Because I'm seeing that they are afraid to be committed. And when you see somebody being afraid of something, when a man is afraid to be committed, he's not a weak man. He's a sincere man. He's being honest. I would rather have something on serious that I would not be judged about than to have something serious that I committed myself and now I'm not man enough to prove that this is what my commitment is, and then I'm living up to it. When men meet you and tell you they want to marry you, especially men that they don't even know the Holy Spirit, because if the Holy Spirit just tells you this is your wife, pow, you will let her know immediately. That was how I did my own. With meeting, with introduction, it's less than a year. Yes, but there are other people. Even though me, the longest relationship I've ever had, I think was 1 year, 8 months. Is the longest. And if you count the times that we were together in the relationship, maybe it's like 3 months something. Yes, because I can decide not to be in the team for 3 months. And then we can meet because it was church. We met every now and then. So you meet and you be like, this thing should be, why are you doing this to me now? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll come to your house later. And then you pick it up. And then small thing, you fight and then you don't talk it. But when I said me, knowing fully well this, if I don't do this. So when I saw it, she started telling me, this is what he said. He said, Abuja boys, forget. So when I asked, what do they take when they are marrying your place? He said, are you serious? I said, yes. Are you serious? I said, yes. They said, is this? I said, it's not much. But I'll look for the money. So I looked for the money and I called my friend. I said, we are going to see. He said, are you serious? He said, you are joking. This thing is serious. I said, look, man, I'm convinced. That's how I called my uncle. I said, are you available? Because they say you have to bring elderly person. I don't know why. So because these days some of us are more honest. Anyway, so I went, met them, gave them the things. They asked me, "Are you serious about this?" I said, "Yes." I said, "I want to know what this first, second, and third coming. I don't want. I want to do all the coming in one coming." So they said it was okay, and I did all the coming in one coming. And then the next thing, I told them she should get colors. She said, "For what?" I said, "Wedding colors." She said, "Peach green and what?" I will not
Peach
forget.
green.
Yeah.
Wait, peach, then green, and
Peach
is
and
it
green
peach?
are two
They
different
are two
colors.
different-
Okay. Sorry, she said mint green and peach. Something like
Eh.
that. Sorry, I didn't say. I've not had breakfast. So, so that was it. And everybody was like, this one will not work. I started sending money for transport. This one will not work. I did money for this. I fixed my house because me, I like sleeping on the floor. So if they say you are getting married, you can't bring woman and be lying on mattress that's on the floor. So I did everything. And when her family came, they said that's not their culture. They swept my house completely. They peeled the rock carpet that is in my house. And everything was brand new. They removed my chairs. They removed everything. Took it out and said this is their culture. And then they did it, and today my first daughter is married. Boom. That's, you see, when you see certain things that happen and people tell you your own has to be this way. This one is like, no, if you are of the spirit, your spirit will bear witness. I say weakness. Witness. Abi? Is it witness with the spirit of the other person, which is the spirit of God. If you share the same, and whatever he says, you will know that. Like there's a conformity. You understand? But if you somebody just meets you, he doesn't know you, and he says the Holy Spirit, or he doesn't say the Holy Spirit, he say, look, my own is marriage. I want to settle down. Do you know that if I'm impotent, if you want to settle down, you want to have kids. So what if this package comes without kids? How will you deal with it? What if this package comes with disrespect? How will you deal with it? What if this package, like I'm explaining, so what if this package does not turn out the way you look at it? What would it be like for you? There are certain things that men don't like to talk about, and that is why sometimes women see that your quietness as strength. Like you are powerful in it, so they don't want to interrupt. So they live through the period of relationship without talking to you, misunderstanding who you are. And then she's been deprived of conversation, and she has a lot of things she wants to communicate that they are buried within her. And one day when something happens, she starts telling you, and you wished you had opened up. Social media is a place where you can meet, but don't be foolish meeting there.
You said something very important. That's about standard.
For the first time, I said something important.
You talked about standard.
Am I always saying something important? Oh, this is just the.
There are times you are on my case. You attack me, but no
It's
problem.
not important. It's not important.
Those accusations are.
Men are created to fight their way through life. I'm trying to.
So I think what people need to do is that you should have standards. You should have principles. Most times when you have principles, people think you're tough. People call you different names, but like I always say, it's better people call you names than they know you, because when they know you, they break you. And it is important that when you have standards or when you have principles, there are values that guide how you do things. You should stand by it. Sometimes we talk about boundaries, but for some people, you create boundaries, but once a man just say, you look beautiful, you break the boundaries, and whatever he wants or whatever she wants, you just give. Again, and yet people always talk about the talking stage being very sweet, and it's more like,
even though yesterday a comedian says it's more expensive than the relationship.
Obviously, because
Very
you're trying
true.
to please you, are
It's
trying
actually
to
true.
prove yourself at that point.
Yes.
I laughed yesterday. He said talking stage is more expensive than relationship.
True.
Because
Because
at
you're
that point, you
You
want
have to show yourself
Yeah.
what
And you don't have
because she has not even, or he
there's
has
no
not.
guarantee.
exactly.
So you want the
It's not
person to accept you. So whatever the person, I'm hungry. Before you know, the person have brought everything. I need this. The person, because he just wants you to
Joyce,
accept.
how are
him.
you living now? How are you living? Do you walk around without clothes?
No.
Do you go a day without eating?
No.
Do you have hair that are yours and hairs that are not yours? You do. Do you have a bed? Do you have peace of mind? Why are you expecting it from others? That's the first point of frustration. You see, I would always tell this. Don't expect to be appreciated. Don't expect. The expectation of appreciation is very frustrating, especially when it doesn't come eventually. You will be so depressed. Don't ever expect anybody to appreciate you. You see, when you walk in a place, like this place where you walk, nobody will walk up to you and say, wow, this is amazing. I can't remember the last time somebody told me here that, wow, we are so impressed, it's amazing. You always get that from outsiders. But mess up once and see. They might even make it official. They might even give you a query. I don't know why they are always doing that, but they might give you a query. They might ask you to even reply within the hour. They might, but they will never appreciate that you have done something right. What do you think is wrong with that philosophy? There's nothing. It's natural. It's a way of life. It's how human beings are. The greatest lie you ever tell yourself is that a man will be there for you always. Even if he said that to you, it's the greatest lie. When a woman is saying, I can always be around my man, I will support him. Don't fall for that. Because she's a human being. He is a human being. That is the only reason why you are not falling for that. Not that you don't trust them. Not that they are not reliable. But because they are human beings. And they are liable. Once in a while, they are liable. Not all the time necessarily. Once in a while, they are liable to have that nature of human beings show up and then they act who they are. But it doesn't mean that they have changed their mind. The woman that has made her husband angry, she didn't do it intentionally. Even if she did, she was pained. She'll come back to say she's sorry. In most cases, well, you don't hear that. You just see the actions of sorry. But you don't hear the I'm sorry as much. You understand the point? So going back to whether social media is a place or not to meet, I think yes. Because it brings people closer. Imagine if you are meeting somebody at Equa headquarters during an event, and then the person says, I came all the way from US with my dad, and you anchor this program very well, and I like you, and you exchanged maybe email addresses. I'm looking at the times that we didn't have all of these sophisticated things. And then he's like, I want to see you. It's either he travels down or you do. And if he wants to see you every 3 months, imagine how much you're going to spend. But with the advent of social media, you can interact almost on real time every day. And finally, if he decides to take it to a different level, he can come, see you, see your parents, do what's needful, and then, like Joyce's story, you move wherever the person is. The process of meeting is not what's important. How you met is not what is important. What you do after you met is what is important. And that is what social media cannot handle. Social media cannot handle that. If you see social media as a place where you communicate, it's fine. But if you see social media as where you resolve relationship issues and do all, no. It's not carved out for the social media. Is not a human being.
And you know that's one burning thing. See, a lot of people carry their relationships that are physical to the social media. And when I say carry your relationship that are physical to the social media, it's this. You had an issue with your partner, with the person that you're with, and you begin to write epistles and post on your status. So sometimes it's like you're inviting the whole world to come and see, okay, so this guy did this to me, what should be my reaction? And things like that. You've heard, please hide my identity. This happened to me and that happened to me. That's you carrying your relationship to the social media. This is a relationship that you met physically, and you have some sort of agreement between the two of you, and you are already in a relationship, and then you carry it and take it to the social media. A lot of times, the thing is, we don't know how to use the social media, especially when it comes to relationships. It's like we use it as a form of venting, or a place where we can oppress, because I feel like sometimes it's just an oppression.
Everybody knows how to use it. It just depends on who you are. But everybody knows how to use it. If you know where the send button is, you know how to use it. If you know where the type buttons are, you know how to use it. If you know where to change profile picture is, you know. If you know where to add or reject friends, you know where to. So we know how to use it. It just has a lot to do with who we are,
Very true.
our
And-
personality,
and
and
that's
all that.
just how you see like the physical relationship. It's not the same. How you operate in your own relationship is not how I do. And we take that to the social media. How you solve your problem is not how I do. So everybody actually know how to use it. You know why a lot of people are actually against social media relationship? It's because we've not been able to apply wisdom to it. Like you did not apply wisdom. Somebody just coming to your DM or going to your comment section and say, "Oh, you look beautiful, sweetheart," and you just feel that, oh, this person is actually in love with me, or you just fall for that. The person comes to your DM and is telling you, "I want to get married to you." Mm.
That all your boundaries will suddenly disappear.
Yes, you are the one that will
Crash
finish
to
saying,
come
"Oh,
falling.
I'm not going to do this unless this. I'm not going to do this," and just because
Yeah.
somebody just calls you sweetheart or says you're beautiful or says, "Oh, you look this," and you just break all your boundaries, you just become vulnerable. Look at the lady that just met a guy on social media, and you just met, you got chatting, and this guy now says, "Oh," he calls you video call morning, afternoon, and night, and at the end of the day he's telling you send your nudes after promising you, "I'm going to marry you, you are beautiful." You are even yet to meet the person. Send your nude, and then you send it. He wants a video call while you're naked, and you do that. And tomorrow the person is saying, "I want you to come and meet me. I need to have some fun with you," and you're saying no, and you say, "If you don't, I'm going to," and you find yourself doing things, and at the end of the day, oh, social media relationship is a no. Like
It was
It's
not
your
social
person.
media that sent
It's your
person.
picture.
You are the one.
You see, right now
Mm.
I'm dealing with an issue. My late friend's wife is crazy right now because her daughter is missing for 3 days. Yes, the girl puts on her phone to text the mom, and then she puts it off. She puts on the phone. She sends a message to my friend's younger brother to let her uncle, that is right, to let her know she's fine. She called yesterday, and it was like for 15 seconds, and then she ended the call. What happened? I didn't want to say this, but you brought this. 2 weeks ago, no, 3 weeks ago, I saw her, and then I told her, I said, who's this guy? She said he's her boyfriend. I said, straight up, I said, he looks like a Yahoo boy, and we laughed all over. She said he's always dressing that way, that he's what did she say? That he's caring. Good.
Wow.
She said, "Uncle, he's caring." I said, "How is your mom?" She said, "Fine." And then I asked where they were going to. She said they stopped that keke, so they were crossing over. I said, "To bye bye." They left. That was the last time I saw her. The next thing, she did a nude video, and her face showed. As a matter of fact, the video, according to what I heard, started with her face, and she exposed everything. And then the guy took it to social media, and then he said it was a mistake. So they started begging people to. She didn't even see it. And then the worst part is somebody. You know how you can screen record a video? Someone screen recorded it and sent it to her. That was when she became crazy. And then they are begging people to delete it. And I even thank God that the thing has not gone viral. This is the third day. Okay, I heard day before yesterday that it happened a day before I heard. So this is like the fourth day, right? So yesterday I tried to reach the mom. She's not reachable. She was not reachable yesterday. The younger brother is not reachable. So I'm hoping to go to. I was hoping that today I'll go to his workplace till they called me this morning to say that please. She said that by 12 she's going to announce where she is. Because when it happened, she disappeared. Because I just kept asking, I just kept saying, God, don't let this girl take her life. Because I am sure right now what she's thinking of is the shame of living with what she did. Not even what she did. You see, I have said this on today's live, I think about 4 years ago, that why are we ashamed of being caught and not being ashamed of the act? Do you understand? We are ashamed of being caught, but we are not ashamed of the act. If you are ashamed of the act, you stay away. And it keeps you like distance away from The shame of being caught, or the shame of doing the act. So that she said today at 12, she's going to say where she is, and then they should come and pick her up. So I'm just trusting God that she's fine, that nothing has happened to her, and I've been asking God, what should I say to her when I see her that will just erase that thing in her mind for a long time? Now, social media became the means to transport this wrong thing. But you see, the idea and the decision to record that video came from your mind, not from social media. So if your mind is perverted, everything that comes out of it, you don't expect a perverted mind to. Why are you quiet? Is perverted a wrong word?
No.
So you don't expect a perverted mind to bring something that is not perverted. Because from the abundance of the heart, the hands will type, the mouth will speak. You see, the brain will convey messages. So what are young girls looking for? You just tell him, if you want to see, is it picture? Come and see it physically now. Must I send it by picture? You come and see it. But I don't understand. I don't understand that you will just wake up and feel that is right. That is right. I was with the ECWA president one time, and I'm glad that he said this. He said that the devil just blew in a particular breeze of a particular sin among young people that it's almost difficult to control, if not for the help of God. We don't know how we are going to control that, because everybody's child wants to practice a particular sin or the other. That you even wonder now, is this thing still a sin, or they have removed it from the records of you understand? Because some things have become normalized. They are normal. Only God will help us.
You know, I said wisdom is very important. Like the scripture says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Like when you are wise, like we need to be wise in this time and age, that the social media is there for us to interact, to meet people. It doesn't mean that we should be foolish about it. So you understand, there are people that are very deliberate.
Social media.
There are people that are deliberate about their relationship. You know, at some point, there was a time here in Jos, there was a young man that decided to put the image of a lady. He knows, of course, what will attract the men. He looked for a picture of a beautiful lady, very attractive, always this dressing in a way that will seduce and attract the men. And it was a guy behind the scene that was doing that. A lot of men went to the DM of that particular guy, thinking it was a babe, chatting, going to relationship. She was accepting, doing all the dragging and all of that. And eventually, I have this need. They kept sending money because, they saw a fine girl and everybody wants to have some nice time with the babe. And eventually, they now, at some point, she was asking for transport. You want to see me? You want us to meet? And they were sending money. So one time, I don't know, maybe a friend went to share with his friend, see this babe, and eventually him too was having the same experience with the same babe. And it was like a circle of so many young people and even some married men too that were in that particular guy's DM in the name of babe. And they all, at the end of the day, dragged the guy. They went to the guy's house. They made sure they discovered who that guy was. They went and dragged him. He was everywhere on Facebook, and they were saying this is not actually that babe. It was just a picture he was using. But there were people that were for the guy. What took you to the person's DM? You just decided not to apply wisdom. You went to the person's DM. You saw the person painted the picture of who she is. If you want me, if you want to have me, you need to send this, and you were sending. For some of the men, they couldn't come out because. For some of the men, they couldn't come out because they were married and they fell for it. So they had to just quietly let everything.
It makes a whole lot of sense.
Let me see if our friend Hassan on it.
So you see what you said?
Moses is let Moses be my babe. Oh my guy, rather.
You see what you said? On the social media, there are different kinds of people, and everybody uses it for his own purpose. There are some while they are there for the good of it. They are making money. Some are doing business. Some are promoting even their belief and ideologies. There are pastors that created page that they keep preaching and reaching out to the people, like reaching out to people with messages. But there are people that are there every day. They are vowing that out of 100 people, I must get one person that will scam. And they can disguise themselves to be a girl, to use a girl's face so that they can. And there are some guys too that they will go and look for one a picture of a white man or something, and you too, that you, as a lady, that you just fall for anything, they come to your DM and promise you all manner of things, and you too, because you are so interested in the money, like it's all about the money now, you fall for that same person. There are ladies that got invited by certain guys, and at the end of the day they took their life as well. And that's why some people tell you, oh, social media, I'm not for it, let's meet physically. That you meet physically is not even a guarantee that you have a good relationship at the end of the day. So you just need to apply wisdom. You need to, what are your standards, what are your values? Where you're meeting is not actually the main thing, but your own personality and what guides, what's your guiding principle when it comes to relationship. Like I said, some of us, you have values, you have the standards, but you just hear certain words and then you just forget that, oh, I actually had boundaries. After the relationship, like when the relationship doesn't work, that's when you will remember, going forward, I will never fall for any social media relationship. If it's not physical, I'm not going into any relationship and all of that. Whether you go into physical, if you're not wise, if you're not applying wisdom, you still fall for those kind of people. So it's important that we apply wisdom.
That whether be it on the social media or physical, at the end of the day, you would make the same mistakes over again if you haven't really learned your lesson. So what we are saying today on this show is that social media is a place for conversation, for relationship, like where you can meet people, but that doesn't
just talk there.
just
Don't
talk there.
exchange anything. Just talk there. Honestly, if you want to make the most of social media, just talk and make sure every word and action match before you can believe. That apart, don't believe anything on social media.
And do not portray who you are not.
No,
I
that
think
one you can't correct it. Don't go there.
No. That's one of the
Privacy
things that
and
people
I
get
don't-
scared of.
I've
because-
not seen anybody on social media, anybody, including yours sincerely, that has not portrayed who they are not.
No, like if you really find the person that you feel, okay, I want to be in a relationship with
Okay,
this person.
why are
Portray
people
who you are.
wearing wig and they snap and post? Is that who they are? Everybody, don't go there. Oh, don't go there.
That's why some people will say, I'm not in for social media relations, because you see on the social media, a lot of people are just faking it.
Jemima,
Some will say
have
fake it until you become
have
real.
have you ever given somebody your phone to
Yes.
snap pictures for you?
Yes.
Have you posted any of these pictures?
Yes.
Which one out of 5?
The one that looks the best.
What does that
I
mean?
have to go through them,
What
come
does
back
that mean?
again.
The one that you think you will edit.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's actually probably 2 out of 40. Depends.
Out of 100, you pick only 2.
You have pictures on your phone that you are not using.
Never
them.
post
And you know, if Jesus comes, you never use them.
do it.
Why are they still there? So you see people taking life on social media. I'm telling you, but Harry, yes, you down. You can't. Till Jesus comes.
No, but when you find that right person, you want to do all you can. So why fake it? Why fake
Towards
it?
the person.
I
you
think
know.
a lot of times people are so
You
scared
did not
that
see-
okay, this person is lying. So
Jemima, have you,
let me
have,
just
haven't you
lie
ever tried?
along
Haven't you ever tried to do something to impress your husband?
before we got married.
Not even now that you're
Yeah.
married, just to do something to impress him.
Yes.
Is it that fake?
No, it's not fake. It's not
Okay.
fake. No.
What if? Do you think he will prefer it just that once, or if it's your lifestyle?
You prefer if it's the lifestyle
Okay. So why did he appreciate it just once?
because it was.
That one.
He was just done. There are so many ways you can define fake. Oh. This is one of the ways. I'm telling you. Why are you cooking the best meal on Sunday?
I try to cook all the time.
No, we cook, we eat every day. Now, married men, we eat every day. But why is Sunday food sweeter than the other days?
I don't know. It comes with the day.
Sometimes they give me more meat than other days on Sunday. Why is it like that?
Because the next face one day.
Sunday was to be for rest. So
It's
like-
Monday, so that you'll be more
Meanwhile,
motivated.
meanwhile,
Yes.
I've been giving the same money. Men are more real than women.
all of us are real. Everyone.
I
Women
cannot.
are
I cannot.
real.
Tell
agree
me,
with
tell
that.
me one thing that you see on my body that is artificial.
Why are you trying to shake that
That's not
table?
okay.
Why trying to
Let's
shake
not-
that table? Exactly. Social media.
Let's not go there.
No, it's not about
Let's not go
that.
We're talking
No,
about
list the
social
fake
media.
things you see on
No,
video.
No, we're talking about social media. right now.
Social media.
This all you are fake things, all of you.
We're real in Jesus'
See, men are
name.
real. Men are real. Men are real.
Everyone is real.
Men are real.
Back
It's
to
when
our-
you just become foolish. Rather, I don't know a better word. When you start listening to us,
Mm.
that's the mistake you make.
Mm.
When you don't have any business listening to a man, don't listen because you'll fall.
Mm.
And it's very serious. I think everybody should have that. The mistake a lady will make is to sit down and listen to a man or agree to chat and, as a matter of fact, go on that chat. Sometimes you feel like this is not what we should talk about on phone. When you hear that, that means you are planning for a physical meeting. You'll be dealt with. But make sure that the right time to talk comes, and then you'll enjoy that talk.
And it's also important that you get to know the identity of whoever you are meeting on social media, because like we rightly said, there are a lot of people faking it on social media. In fact, recently there's a lot of people making AI pictures with dresses that when you tell them tomorrow is Sunday, wear it to church, they cannot wear it because they actually made AI to help them with that. So you see, pictures people edit, people use Snapchats to just create an image or a face for themselves that will make them look maybe attractive and all of that to the kind of men that they want to attract. So they are men too that fake riches. They go snap pictures like on other people's car, or just go to a background, go to a particular location to just snap some pictures, borrow phones, stand with it, so that they will also attract ladies that is what they actually want. And then at the end of the day, you go into relationship, they keep promising you certain things and they just use and then dump you at the end of the day, and you start faulting yourself, you start crying and saying that, oh, social media is filled with fake people. The same social media that some people met their life partners and they are living happy ever after. So it just depends on your own personality. What are your standards? What do you actually stand for? What are your values? So whoever you're meeting on social media, let it align with yours, and get to know the person before you make certain life decisions. Like relationship, like marriage is not something you just on chat and just decide to just say yes. You're meeting the person today, you're just saying yes to the person. This thing requires you to sit down and then look at some like a lot of factors before giving your yes to. And certain things you should not do, you should never do, like sending your nude pictures, going on video calls when you are naked. Like, it's really detrimental. Sometimes I think, do people actually think of tomorrow, or you're just swallowing the excitement of the moment, or in that mushy feelings? Change is constant. There are people that you go into relationship with them and it looks like their heads are correct. Weeks
And you begin
after
to
or months after, you
That's
see the
not
person
nice.
start
Like a different
start
person
acting
entirely.
up, and you're
That's
saying
not nice.
that's
That's
not how
when
he was.
That's not
reality.com is coming into play.
I say this was not
Oh,
what I
well.
said yes.
That's not nice.
Okay,
That's
so
not nice.
so our
You
time
think
is
that the
way.
head is correct. That's not nice.
And then I
Apologize.
also feel
Our
you
time-
shouldn't,
our-
you shouldn't
Hey,
get
you
Alright.
don't mean it.
discouraged.
All
Of
right.
course, there are people that you think their head is not nice. Once they start messing with your whole head, that's when you say, am I the one that fell for this, you know?
True. And
Alright,
then I
so-
also feel you shouldn't get discouraged. A lot of times, people dwell on the fact that social media has led people to untimely death and a lot of that. So people don't even put all of yes, and then people don't want to even indulge in that. A lot of times you see people being all mushy on social media, and then the same place they were mushy, they come to fight and all of that. You should know that social media shouldn't be the ground for your relationship. It's okay to communicate there, but don't bring your entire relationship there.
Okay, lastly, I want to say welcome to December.
Yeah.
It's a new month. Welcome to December. And in the month of December and going forward, most of our topics will be responses to what people are asking, because there are a lot of things on our WhatsApp page and our WhatsApp number that people are asking. So I want these things with their consent. We won't call names actually, but I would like today's live to tilt towards that direction from Monday. So most of the topics that we are going to be dealing, they will be based on what people are going through, even though that's what we're doing, but let it be more of people's real life experiences and all that. When people ask us questions in the platform, we will bring it here and discuss as our topic for the day. Why won't I just end the show since the camera is on me? Let me
Go
take
ahead,
a pause.
feel free.
Thank you very much for watching today's live on Equa Television. Tony J. Nakale, Prudence Bruga, Joyce Jakada, and Jamima Emmanuel Ashishe did this with us.
Somebody
Did this with us on today's live, and we hope to see you on Monday. Enjoy December and stay out of trouble. Thank you, Equa Executive, for giving us the opportunity to do this on air. We're grateful. Equa TV supporters, us, the cast, and the crew. We're grateful. God bless you. Stay out of trouble. Be kind to one another. See you Monday. Bye.